Where are you from?
Me, I'm Aiden McGoran, and I'm from Ireland.
Wow, how
But
often have you
my
been in Medjugorje?
this time I have been here 5 months.
Oh, wow, that's
Well,
amazing.
4.5 months.
Uh-huh.
4.5 months. Yeah.
And before, how many times have you been to Medjugorje?
Oh, I've lost count of the amount of all of the times I've been here. I've
Many
lost
times.
count
Wow,
many times.
beautiful.
I
Uh,
first came in 1986,
yeah.
so that's 36, almost 36 years ago. So
Wow.
um, there's
Why did you
been
come at that time?
well, I went into a chapel in Ireland, County Wicklow and British Bay, and I knelt in front of a statue of our Blessed Mother, and I was asking her to help me with life's problems, personal problems. And on my way out of the church in County Wicklow in Ireland and British Bay, um, I spotted a little leaflet on Medjugorje, and I said I'd take it home and read it. And I read all about this. This was 1986, and I read all about this village here in Bosnia in Herzegovina. And I decided then I would try and plan a trip to come here. And I got in touch with a travel agent, and within a couple of weeks, I arrived here a week before the anniversary, a week before the anniversary in 1986. So that began uh,
Your journey in Medjugorje,
my
no?
yeah, my what would I call it?
Experience of Medjugorje.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And what
exactly.
was the first experience when you came first here?
Oh, that really was a very um, a very good experience. Very good experience. It I suppose the best way I experienced the Holy Spirit.
In which
Very
way? How would you explain to people how did you experience him?
well. I began to see the good side of myself,
How beautiful.
which before that I found it hard to see the good side of myself. I
Wow.
couldn't see myself, as a good person. I had very a low self esteem, a low self image I had of myself, and when I came here the first time and many times after that, that was the real experience I had here. Was I could see um, the goodness in myself, which I couldn't, yeah, and of course in other people too, because if you can't see it in other people if you don't have it in yourself. So that was my real experience. It was a personal. It was to do with one's individual personality, their soul, their
Healing
just
of the soul, no?
yeah. It was just you could. It was definitely an experience of the Holy Spirit because uh, when the Holy Spirit is alive in you, because sometimes it can be kind of blocked out of a person for different reasons. And but I found coming here, um, that was what my individual experience was, and I found it a joy to pray, and of course. It's you could say it's an easy place to pray because there are many other people here praying, and so you're part of many people who come. And then you realize also, at least I realized, that I wasn't the only one who had problems. I was inclined to think nobody else had any problems. I was the only one, but I realized there was other people when you would get to talk to other people and share things and all. And it was a happy experience, though, a very happy experience, yeah.
Yeah, I made the same experience. Like, the community of the people.
Yeah,
It's beautiful. They're doing the
that's
same thing, they're going the same direction, looking for God, looking for healing, and
yeah. Well, I couldn't
yeah.
believe at times when I'd hear someone else's story.
Hmm.
You know, whether it would be, well, if it's somebody that, well, in most cases it's someone I would meet here,
Hmm.
and then you realize, gosh, I'm not the only one, because a person can be inclined to think that they're the only one with certain problems, and then you realize you're not the only one.
That's comforting, no?
Yeah. And then you see other people. You sometimes also, when you think that you have problems, you just look at somebody else in a wheelchair, and you
True.
say, gosh, compared to that person, I don't, what am I complaining about, what
I
am I
made the same
complaining? Yeah,
experience,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what would you like to tell people? What is so special about Medjugorje?
Yes, well, of course, my answer to that would be really quite simple. Well, sorry, would you
Yeah.
ask, what was the question
But
again?
what is so special about
Yeah,
Medjugorje? Why would you
okay.
tell people to come to Medjugorje?
Yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, I would say because of what happened in the beginning when Medjugorje changed on June the 24th, 1981, and Our Lady appeared to some children here. I'm not going to go into whether, I think it was 2 in the beginning, and then it turned out to be 5 the second day. And but when Our Lady, I just was believed, and I didn't have doubts about her having done that, and I thought after I came here, and uh, I came here 5 years after the event happened when Our Lady first came here, and the visionaries were still very young then, and they used to have the prayer meetings up on Podberdoe Mountain, the Apparition Hill, and and you could also the village here, the people living in the village here, you could see that the faith was very, very strong, very, very strong with the people who lived here, and that was one of the reasons why Our Lady said she came here. But I didn't have any. After I came here the first time, um, I didn't. I just.
How did you feel when you were at the apparition? When you went to an
I
apparition,
went
huh?
to many apparitions. Yeah, you could feel the presence of I would say, well, of the Blessed Virgin, but also the Holy Spirit was very. Our Lady's presence. Well, she is the spouse of the Holy Spirit, so I think her presence would emanate the Holy Spirit.
That means kind of peace and joy
Yeah,
when you're around the
exactly. Yeah.
Wow,
Well,
that's
the Holy
amazing.
Spirit, of course, is the love between third person of the most blessed Trinity. This is something I didn't know
Before
for a
coming
long
here, huh?
time. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Like the Holy Spirit as was the third person, but I think like my I think understanding of the Holy Spirit, thinking I was that it was a spirit, just a spirit, like it symbolized as a dove, but that's only symbolic. It's only a symbol.
And here you
But
experienced it. Here in
yeah,
Medjugorje you
but
experienced. Yeah?
yeah, but it's the love between Jesus and his Father.
Uh-huh.
It's that love. It's the Son doing the will of the Father. So I've often said, like, well, the Holy Spirit, if there's really, this I'll be caught for heresy here, like there's really only 2 persons in the Trinity. Of course, doesn't make sense to say that.
That
But
was
anyway,
like me too. I never experienced the Holy Spirit. Only when I
yeah,
converted by Catholic nun and charismatic nun, I understood the power of the Holy Spirit. No,
yeah, exactly. I never knew that the Holy Spirit was the love between Jesus and the Father. Now, as a child, if that had been taught to me, it would have made it all. Because we just say, well, the Father, Son, it's a mystery, the Father, Son, and Holy.
But it's something real, no? You can feel
Yeah.
it here in Medjugorje. You
Oh
can.
yeah, well that's it. Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
And that's why I want to say people should come to Medjugorje, because you can feel the presence of the Holy Spirit, no?
Of the Holy Spirit. This is right.
This
Yeah,
is right?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's you. I agree with you. Let's put it that way.
Oh, wow.
I agree with you. I agree.
Thank you so much for that
no
interview.
problem
That
at
is
all.
beautiful. And you want to know that people tell people that they come to Medjugorje to experience the Holy Spirit as well,
Oh,
no?
definitely. I would say.
Just come here, no? Or what do you say?
Yes, of course. Come here with an open mind and an open heart, and just by coming here, God will reward you for just coming. You will experience.
Wow, thank you so much.
Holy Spirit. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the interview.
Yeah, you're welcome. No problem.
Bye-bye.
God bless. Cheerio.